Yeah, we've been at war with Sweden several times. In fact, it was Sweden that really caused us problems during the defense war for Riga. And Poland, don't be taking Riga. Come on. Please. Be smart about this. Still using too many sailors, damn it. Really not able to do this with very many ships. I'll drop 3 off. But at least we have a fleet which is now capable of taking on the Danish fleet and winning. Especially now that they've lost so much of their strength. Although one thing we do need to bear in mind is the Danish fleet is now going to be pretty modern. But then again, so is ours. And we can still use the Adler of Lubeck when necessary. Alright, so we need to choose a new rival, Wolgast. Wolgast really has messed up here. They're probably right now thinking, we have made a terrible mistake. Dithmarschen's left. Yeah. Because of all the religious problems, our trade league is going to shrink. There's no doubt about that. Although, Dithmarschen, you're also in kind of a bad position to do this. You have an alliance with England? With their... I only have 7 heavy ships. My fleet is actually bigger than theirs. And 28 galleys, even not in inland seas, will beat 11 light ships and 17 transports. Yeah, Sweden didn't give us any of the territories, but they did give us Holstein. How many reforms has the Emperor passed? I think 2? Oh no, 4! Emperor's actually getting quite a few of them done. Permanent location will be established for the Diet, so that will be the next one. But Imperial authority is going down because we are very much into the religious strife in the Empire. We are no longer unified, and good grief! How many cardinals does Northern Italy need? Because clearly they don't have enough right now. Talk about concentration of power. Crikey. No wonder Germany is a bit miffed. Every man a cardinal. Exactly. Oh man, that's funny. England will have heavy ship combat ability in their ideas. I don't think England has that. That's a Britain idea. England has the fire damage. Yeah. Infantry combat. Oh, they do have 10% heavy ship combat. But it's only 10%. So yes, they will hurt, but I still swarm them. Do I have any naval combat? I think I do. No, I have cheaper light ships. Which is kind of funny because I haven't built any light ships. And we can actually get an idea in Diplo, and I think we probably should. Boop. Our nation has a long history of trading at sea with a network of merchants which reach far beyond the horizon. The excellence of our merchant marine and its daring to sail the seas others wouldn't is well known. Naval tradition from protecting trade plus 100%. And we do have quite a few ships doing that. Right, I can pay off that loan. So we are now debt-free once more. Although actually having a couple of loans is not necessarily a bad thing. Particularly because there are some buildings that I need to get built. So you know what? Probably shouldn't have bothered repaying that. I could have used the money to build. Oh, those are coring. That's fine. Because I still want to build one of those in Stad. Lubeck and Lauenburg can actually make use of those. Make me a bit more tax money. Give me some more cash money. We're full economic ideas, so using a couple of loans every now and then is not a bad thing, because we're currently at 0 inflation. Well, we were. And we'll pay that down quickly enough. And I'm quite happy to take out some more loans to get some more shipyards going. Because it does concern me just how over our naval limit we are. And it's not like we can really reduce it. We're just going to need to wait until these accord. Relations with Brandenburg have been fully improved to a maximum of 38. Come on, Brandenburg, switch. You have one province which is Catholic. One! Which is, of course, Brandenburg. Oh, Brandenburg's now a different province to Berlin. Huh. I remember the old days when Berlin was Brandenburg. I like that the HRE feels like an actual mid-game, late-game danger in Europe, and if left to grow would demolish the neighbours. Yeah, the HRE is very, very strong. Can I see what's going on in Brazil? Not much. Brandenburg really wants to be eligible for Prussia. They do, but... oh, Poland can take Danzig back. Oh, well, that means a conflict with Poland in the future. Our merchants have picked up a few concepts when it comes to handling trade through their encounters with foreign merchants. They think that, with some investment to try out, they will be very beneficial for Lubeck in the long run. So we gain some inflation, gain some diplo power. Spare no expense. Inflation's not a problem. And Muscovy. Poor, poor Muscovy, having so many problems with rebels. Oh, Sweden! Minus 43. What changed? They allied Wolgast. God damn it. And the Reformation is not going into Scandinavia at all. Yeah, there's no point trying to keep an alliance with Sweden any longer. Why do I have a... oh, because they broke the alliance. When's that end? 35, so 3 more years. Alright. Alright, Bohemia. Let's try and improve relations with you a little bit, and also Austria, just to keep the Emperor somewhat placated. This is going to be an interesting war of religion when it kicks off. Because I don't consider the Protestants very strong yet. At all. See you, Shadowhawk. What would I say is the best way to learn to play this game? Hearts of Iron 4 is quite heavy to learn. This seems much heavier. Watch people play. And I also have a getting started tutorial up on YouTube, which you can find at youtube.com/MordredViking. If someone wants to look up the link to the video, that'd be awesome. But that is a couple of expansions out of date. It'll still get you started, it'll still get you going, but some stuff like estates have now changed. And I probably should do another one of those. And I am thinking I should probably do a... oh, what they called? Getting started, no. Beginner-friendly game. I might well do a beginner-friendly game in the future. Holstein needs converting. Before it gets converted, I think I want to build some shipyards. Schleswig's taking a long time to convert. Oh, to core. It's only 2 development more. Oof, that's a lot of unrest. Okay, we're going to be dealing with rebels. Because I still have the Peasant War. I don't know how to get rid of it. Nothing has sprung up, which is how to get rid of the Peasant War. Church in Lubeck is completed. Church in Lauenburg is completed. So that should earn us a bit more money. Here's another election. We were going to go for a bureaucrat this time. Which gets a bit of power away from the traders. 56, for Pete's sake! Why is everyone so old? Let's get some young blood injected into our government, please. He's also a free thinker. That's, what, three free thinkers in a row? Wouldn't recommend France now. Maybe. Who would I recommend now? That's actually a very good question. Who would I recommend now? Castile. Probably Castile. Although, even as Castile, you're dealing with personal unions. Aragon, Naples. England doesn't. I might still recommend France, although we would have to talk about how to use vassals. Or the Ottomans. Although the Ottomans tend to be incredibly aggressive. Muscovy. Muscovy doesn't colonize though. Not in the same way. Neither do the Ottomans. Portugal? Portugal's not too big to fail though. Castile is. Yeah, probably Castile. I like countries which can do a bit of everything, which is why I kind of discount the Ottomans and Muscovy. England, you could as well, but you could very easily mess up the beginning as England if you overinvest in the 100 Years' War. So that's definitely recoverable, just so long as you maintain a strong navy. Portugal is a traditional recommendation, yeah. Portugal friendly with Castile certainly is. Just, new players wouldn't learn a lot about warfare playing as Portugal. And it is very dangerous. Like, if you're allied to England and you get drawn into war against Castile, it's basically game over. It's actually a... wow, that's a strong Savoy. It's a very good question. Who would I recommend now? Italian states are a bit too small. Most of the Low Countries starts in a PU. Denmark, maybe? You got the PUs over Sweden and Norway. And your only real opponents are going to be people like Lubeck and Muscovy. And you are definitely in a position where you can start colonizing. And Denmark's ideas have been buffed. They are a very strong naval power, as we've seen. One of the major Indian powers is a good starter choice too. Again, lack of colonization. Colonization, I would say, is a requirement for learning the basics of EU4. And yeah, you don't want to be dabbling in the HRE. That's very true. Yeah, England's colonizing. It's probably England nowadays. Unhappiness amongst the peasantry, conflicts and protests over taxes, landlord cruelty, expropriation, serfdom and customs policies have become quite frequent. We rule as we see fit, or we try to improve the situation. Try to improve the situation. Sweden broke their alliance. Damn it. All because of Wolgast. Freaking Wolgast. Well, there's no way that Sweden would get access through Denmark. So they're not going to attack across that. And it's unlikely that they would get it through Muscovy. So if we did go to war with Wolgast, we need to worry about the Swedish Navy, but that's it. So I don't really maintain that being a problem. And then I can just get Wolgast to break their alliance with Sweden as part of the peace deal. Maybe I'll give my fellow Scandinavian country a go in Denmark. Denmark's probably the best option of all of the Scandinavians. Sweden is incredibly strong. Like, I'm not going to hold anything against Sweden here. They are very, very strong, but you start in as a junior partner under Denmark. And Norway is a fun challenge, but definitely not for beginners. Playing France took a bit of Navarra, Northern Castile, decided to make it into a march. A few years later, money my own business, noticed strange colour, and Arguin, coast of Africa. Asturias picked exploration, nice. Colonised Spice Islands of Vijay or Bahmanis easily. I mean, Vijay is not a bad choice, that's true. But again, would that really be your focus? Maybe Korea? You're next to Ming. No, not for a beginner. Mamluks? They're next to the Ottomans. Poland? No. Too close to the HRE. Oh, yeah, I'd still say it's England. Even if you do start with a bad king, it just means that you'll have a slightly slower start, which would need to be explained, but it's quite easily explained by, you have a terrible ruler. Just deal with it until you get anything other than him. Although you could also get the War of the Roses, which could make you have a very bad day very quickly. Spy network construction. Morale of navies would be nice. Diplomatic reputation would also be nice. Economic ideas. So we could finish off economic ideas, but no, we want to finish off technology first. I don't want to be behind, because then we start losing innovativeness. And we've been working hard at keeping that high. I would be somewhat surprised if we don't have the best innovativeness in the game right now. Yeah, we do. Portugal's quite close. Naples has done well. Problem with Kilwa, and in fact, the problem with Visionara is also you're not Western tech. Not as important as it used to be, but you certainly don't get to play with institutions for a long time. And managing your technology at that point, for a beginner, would be fairly difficult. What's Florence's innovativeness? Nothing impressive, apparently. Florence, France. Nothing, because they don't exist. They're dead. It's crucial for a new player to be able to play despite the lack of natural institution spread. I disagree, Boostar. Remember, this is talking about introducing a player to mechanics. You don't learn a mechanic by ignoring it. Shipyard and Holstein's completed. Can you please hurry up with the bloody core? Crikey! Croatia is no longer renting out troops to Venice. Merchants call for trade protection war. Trade is the backbone of our nation's economy, which we must take care to safeguard against threats. Recent developments have led to outrage amongst the merchants who think we are not doing enough to defend against privateering ships from foreign nations. Oh, it's this again. Trade war. Trying to think who we could have a trade war against. Nobody eligible in our node. England. Sweden. England and Sweden would be the only ones. Oh, of course, the North Sea pushes money in. Should probably get a merchant in the North Sea. How much are you pushing right now? Oh man, our steering rank is really low. I hate the steering mechanics. Which is especially annoying because we have trade steering bonus. Alright, I need to know. What is the Hanse's ID? Not province IDs, nation IDs. Lubeck's ID is... This is not actually listed. Don't say that there's a... Oh, I guess it's country ID as opposed to country ID number. That doesn't have it either. I know I've seen it. Where are... Oh, there they are. Oh, flipping hell. So, in order of trade steering priorities, Lubeck's is number 637. Why do they rank them this way? I really don't understand this. They know it's a problem. I've spoken to Grugi about this. It should be ranked by your trade steering rank, not by your country ID. It's completely arbitrary. It's because Lubeck's a new tag, so it got added relatively late. So it's along such luminaries as Nizhny Novgorod, Jerusalem, Malaya, Hindustan, Apache, Blackfoot, Kathmandu, Doti, Gorkha, yeah, it's basically the same ranking as basically all of the Native American Indians in terms of trade steering rank. There's absolutely no point to having this plus 10 tradition. None. It's irrelevant. It does have no effect. Anyway, trade protection war. So basically what I was trying to determine there was whether it was going to be possible to have a trade protection war against anybody. The answer is quite simply no. So even if I wanted to, there is no target except for England, and I'm not taking on England with galleys. Unless I absolutely have to. I think my first game was the Iroquois. It went pretty well, though. It was much easier playing as a native back then. Yeah, that's not something I would recommend nowadays. And yeah, Marshall is saying that we are planning to do a newbie-friendly multiplayer game. So if you wish to learn the game from other players while playing at the same time, we are organising a multiplayer-friendly game. So if you head over to our Discord, we will be announcing details of that soon, TM. And you can find the Discord link at... And it will appear soon, I'm sure. There's probably just the Twitch delay. There it is. Alright, so, Nope, we're still waiting for admin tac. Come on! Wolgast has rivaled me. About time. Hail, it's about time. Schleswig's core is almost finished. And then I'm going to need to take out another loan in order to build the shipyard there. And actually, Holstein can begin converting. Expensive as that will be. We have the shipyard. Done. Alright, we're going to take out one more loan. And then we're going to start thinking about how to repay those. Did I build the fort in Stad? I did. Good. Oh, we also need a fort in Rostock, especially if we're going to war with Wolgast. Which will need 161. I think I'm going to take out loans to pay for that now. Do we want it in Rostock? Yes, we do, because I just literally cleared a building there to do it. Okay. Castle in Stad is completed. Good. Oh, and we could probably do with one in Schleswig as well. Although we have building slots there, so that's not going to be as big a problem. We can create a state. Please do. And they are in the Lubeck trade node, so we're going to make them local trade power. Marvellous. Okay, so we are now 8 debts, 8 loans, 600 ducats in debt. Currently losing money, which isn't great. Oh, no, there we go again. Part of that is because we are doing a very expensive missionary conversion right now. And actually, if we are going to be converting stuff, as it increasingly looks like we're going to be, maybe we do want the act. No, act of uniformity is institution spread. We don't want that. Speaking of institutions, is there a new one? No. 1550. We're another 16 years out from that. Oh, Brandenburg's finally being converted. Yes! Oh, Holland went Protestant. Despite the fact there's a centre of the Reformed Reformation, Holland is Protestant. Interesting. And only Scotland's Anglican. Not England. England still loyally Catholic.